Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. Have you guys heard of Frankenpaper? It's a term, I haven't seen it around lately, but we used to use it all the time. Excuse me. And it's like collage, okay? It's like collaging, and I'm sure you guys have all seen the master boards and the collages out. And it's Frankenpages is very similar to that, except um, you use stitching for Frankenpages. So basically, that is the only difference that I've come across, anyhow. So I'm going to show you how to do, pretty much the traditional Frankenpage. But at the end of the video, I'm going to show you, and we'll walk through each one, a bunch of different ways that you can use your Frankenpages. Or if you don't want a whole Frankenpage, I'll show you some things that you can make with just a few of your scraps. Okay, so I've just got some vellum here. I did learn that my vellum does not fold very well. When I fold this vellum, it cracks. So I do have to be careful with that. And I'm going to just use this double-sided paper and this one. This is just some scraps. I did cut them at the same height, 8 inches. Okay, so I did start there just for ease of the video, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of the Frankenpages. You could assemble them like this if you wanted to. See, and then you would run your stitches here and across here. Everywhere you have a seam, you would put a stitch. Okay. Now, on my examples, I use my sewing machine, okay, because it's easy. But if you guys don't have a sewing machine, that's okay. I'm going to use my thread and needle today to show you how to do it without using a sewing machine, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to think about which side here that I want to match up. Let's see, this side. Yeah, I think this side looks better together. So I'm just going to mash this up together like this. I am making this one so that you can use this in a journal, and I'll show you that at the end. This is actually more of the traditional Frankenpages. If you guys don't know what that is, you guys should really search that up because it's really cute. And there's a lot of tutorials on how to make the Frankenpages. I'm actually just going to show you this quick way. So I'm just taking my glue stick, sorry. I'm just taking my glue stick and running a bead of glue because especially if you're using your sewing machine, you don't want to use either glue or tape here. You want to use like your glue stick. So I'm just going to line this up along my edge here. I usually use about 1/2 inch overlap. I find that that gives me the best look and construction whenever I am piecing them together. But you can use whatever you like. You don't even have to overlap them like this. You could just butt them up against each other like this, okay? You could just lay them right next to each other like that. I find it harder to do it that way just because I find it harder, but you might find it okay to do that. So go ahead, do what you need to do. I'm going to put another bead of glue down here on this page, and then I'm going to overlap this so that it could be, you could, I'm just trying to make sure it's straight. You could put this in on top of this, and you could layer them that way if you chose to. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Yeah, I like that. And then whenever I fold it in half, it becomes a page for my journal. See, like that. Okay, but the next thing we're going to do is sew. Now, if I was using my sewing machine, I would just do some kind of stitch right here. Usually a zigzag stitch is usually what people use in their Frankenpages. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do this side first, and then we'll move on to the next side. Oops, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm going to snip that right there. I'm going to thread my needle, and we'll get started. Okay, so I just threaded the needle. I'm going to leave a little tail for right now so that I can have it at the end. Well, no, I don't want it at the end. I'm going to use it. I'll just sew it up into the stitches. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you can start on either side, whichever side you want. I prefer starting on the side that has the overlap so I can see exactly where my needle goes through. But you can start wherever you want. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. I'm just going to puncture a hole like that. That's all I'm going to do. I mean, this is really simple to do, but I say that and then I struggle. Okay, so I'm just going to leave a little bit right here so I can tie that off here in a second. I mean, I could just tape it. That would be another thing that would work. Okay, so then I'm going to make, I'm going to make an X shape. So I'm just going to come over here, puncture my vellum. Just like that. Yeah, that's really cute. And then I'm going to come down here, cross from this stitch right there. I'm going to try and come across that stitch. And this is where I'm going to try and put this inside there, like that. Okay. I'm just going to kind of knot that one up. Okay, so I'm just going to make a cross here. Now, I did it this way. I mean, there's lots of ways you can make your X's, okay? But I did it this way so that I could secure that string right off the bat so that this is secure. And whenever I come back down, I'll secure that more, okay? Because I don't really want a knot there because you will be able to see it. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of the, continue just making X's. Well, actually, I don't know. Do I want to go just across and then come back down? Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to continue to make X's or half X's, I guess is what they are, and then come back down like you. So that's what I'm going to do. That way they're all laid out and I can stop flipping. Okay, so I'm going to take this in and I'm going to come up here. You guys see okay? It's easier sometimes to do it from the other side so you can see right where you're. That's why I said this is so much easier on the sewing machine, so much faster, but I did want to show you that this is possible and it looks really cute when you're done. I should have probably used white thread. That might have been cute, using some white thread. And you can make your stitches as big or as small as you want. Turn that over so you can see. There we go. Sorry about that. I just needed to see what I was doing there for a second. Okay. Okay. So I am just going to continue to make these all the way up and then come back down. Okay. So I'm just going to do that real fast. Okay, so for the sake of ease, okay, I was noticing that this is going to take me a while. So I decided just to get out my awl and I'm just going to go ahead and puncture the holes real fast so that I already have the holes in place. So I'm just going to gently puncture the holes. Hopefully I've got these all lined up. I don't know if I do or not. I notice the awl holes are a bit bigger, so. There we go. Okay, so that should go a lot faster. Okay, now you can see that I have stitched on both sides all the way up and down. I did learn that you got to be careful with your thread pulling on the vellum because it will cut the vellum. Okay, there was a couple spots right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but right there is like cut a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, this is going to be a journal page. You can see the difference that the stitching made on the paper. And on the other side is pretty too. So this is actually going to be for a journal page. So I would fold this in half. So let's go ahead and do that now. Um, let's see, I'm just lining up the edges, sorry. There we go. And yeah, about like that. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So in your journal, it would look like this. And then you would, of course, open it. And then there would be other papers in here that you would use, you know, for your journal. Um, this would just be one page that you've created an element for that's a little different than our standard journal pages. So yeah, so Frankenpaper is just the collaging of papers together, but you use stitches on all of the seams where the joints meet. That's where you would use the stitching. Okay, I think that came out really pretty. I really like this whole thing. You could even just sew this together and make a big pocket with it because that's so pretty. So whenever you put something in it. Okay, let me show you the other ones real quick, guys. Okay, so the first thing that I made was this pocket. Okay, and so you can see the decorative stitching that binds them together, just some scraps that I thought matched. And then on the back, you can see where it was joined together with the sewing machine. I used different stitching all around. Here we have a tag, and this time I used acetate in the middle, which made it actually really kind of sturdy. And again, I just used my sewing machine to sew all the way around. Here I made a belly band. This is going to be a belly band to slide things in and out. And here I used, I just cut a curve in my paper, pulled them a kind of apart and added the vellum right here. And on the back, you can see that I added tape to cover up the seams of the vellum so nothing is going to get stuck in there. Everything's going to slide smoothly across. Here I made a card. Well, I'm going to make a card. I left it apart so that you guys could see on the back side here that this is our wax napkin that we made a few months ago. I made it so that it was see-through with some wax. Actually, it was not a napkin, it was tissue paper. So the tissue paper, and I just sewed that on here. And I'm going to make this into a card. So it's going to be in here in the cover. I thought that was beautiful as a cover for a card. And I used decorative scissors here and here. Well, actually, I just cut it right in half, moved the papers apart, and added the wax tissue paper. And I love using the decorative scissors and giving me a different cut. And then here I created this. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It was just two scraps that I had that I thought complemented each other. I used different stitchings on my sewing machine. And on the back, I also used decorative scissors again right here. I thought that complemented the piece very well. And yeah, so I think, I'm not sure yet what to use this for. Maybe a notepad, maybe? I don't know. Okay, and then the last piece that I did was I created this little notebook. It's got, as you can see, the vellum inside with the scrap papers. I just used some washi tape right here to cover it so that the vellum, you can't see where the vellum meets it. I created a little label so that you could see that through the vellum. And yeah, it's just a little notepad with some tea stain papers, a one signature little thing, little notepad. And then I got this string that you can run through here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And this kind of just wraps it around and ties it all together so it holds it together nicely. And it just became like a little notepad. So yeah, so we got a notepad, we got something I'm not sure yet. We have a card, we have a belly band, we have a tag, and we have a pocket, and we have our journal page that we made. Okay, so I think all of that came out really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed and go explore some Frankenpaper. Have a blessed day, guys.